of it says this: the art of life is the avoiding
2 miles.
of
Take
pain.
the exit on the right.
I would have to disagree with him on biblical grounds. Frankly, the art of life is not avoiding pain. The art of life is accepting and responding to pain. That's the art of the Christian life, isn't it? In getting to the point where we recognize, embrace, and we struggle, we go backwards and then forwards, and pain manufactures, maturity does, crisis conditions, character, and it does, difficulty develops death. The truth is, a difficulty and the crises of life and pain and suffering create these crossroads, and the path we choose to take will make all of the difference in the world as to whether or not we will grow and deepen and sweeten, or whether or not we will stagnate and weaken in our faith. Now, if you've ever wondered where a crossroad experience is described in Scripture, where there is a decision to be made that will determine literally the destiny of a person's life, Ruth chapter 1 is that place. It's a crisis at the crossroad of life for 3 women. And what a crisis it is. Now, when we last
In a half mile, take the exit on the right.
They had become familiar sights at the local funeral home. They all knew Naomi by name. First, Naomi's husband had died, then one of her sons, and then we don't know how
Take
much
the exit
later,
on the right.
her last living grown son passed away. No details, no description. All of a sudden, in just a matter of a few brief verses, we have 3 widows grieving their incredible loss. And in this world, at this time, in this culture, this was beyond grief. In fact, it not only threatened their future happiness on earth, but it really literally threatened their ability to survive. Naomi and her husband, you remember, and her 2 sons had left Bethlehem, believing they are leaving trouble behind. It's all green pastures from here on out. But now, 10 years later, we find them again. There's nothing in Moab for Naomi except 3 graves, great sorrow, unbelievable grief, and a gnawing sense of fear. Now, she can stay here and mourn and potentially starve to death, or leave and go back. Besides, word has reached her that Bethlehem has food again. Bethlehem, the house of bread, has bread once again. And so, without any apparent hesitation, let's pick it up at verse 6, where we left off, and find out what happens. Then she arose with her daughters-in-law that she might return from the land of Moab, for she had heard in the land of Moab that the Lord had visited his people in giving them food. So she departed from the place where she was, and her 2 daughters-in-law with her, and they went on their way to return to the land of Judah. Now, in typical Oriental fashion, it was typical in this day for hosts to accompany their departing guests some distance down the road.
In a quarter mile,
and
turn right.
Farewell. It's possible that Naomi had moved in one. Perhaps there was a family compound. She was living with her daughters-in-law, and they are
Turn
now
right.
accompanying her. More than likely, in her mind, they will part ways. That seems to be the picture here. And these 3 widows eventually end up in either the border,
In a quarter mile,
Moab,
turn right.
another region that was separated by the Dead Sea, or perhaps it was the edge of the Jordan River just north, just above the Dead Sea. We're not told. In Bethlehem, we do know, was about a 3 days journey from Moab, and Naomi would not have wanted them to walk very far until she said farewell, which is exactly what I believe she had in mind to do. Now notice verse 8. Naomi said to her 2 daughters-in-law, "Go, may the Lord deal kindly with you as you dealt with the dead and with me." Now you might think it's strange for Naomi to encourage these women to return not to their father's house You notice she says, go back to your mother's house. Now this doesn't mean that Orpah and Ruth have deceased fathers. This is
Turn
actually
right.
referring to the mother's place. You could literally render it the mother's chamber. It was the mother's chamber in this culture where marriages were arranged.
In a quarter mile.
In other
You'll arrive at your
she's saying,
destination.
girls, look, you're young, you have your life in front of you, go back to your mother's and make plans for another wedding. Let her arrange it for you. Go back to whatever you can make out of your future. Naomi
Head
continues.
west.